Guthrie, and you may know the name Arlo Guthrie better than you do Steve Goodman. And so Arlo Guthrie recorded it and had a huge hit with it. And so much so that people think that Arlo Guthrie wrote the song. But I want you to know that it was Steve Goodman. And I only say this because at the next time you go to a trivia quiz and the question comes up, who wrote The City of New Orleans, you'll be able to say Steve Goodman. And you can thank me later. Okay, it goes like this. It's a lovely song. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Monday morning rail, the 15 cars and 15 restless riders, the 3 conductors, 25 sacks of mail. All our own southbound on to see, the train pulls out a Kankakee, the rolls past houses, farms and fields. I see towns that have no names, the freight yards full of old black men and the graveyards of rusted automobiles. Singing, good morning, America, how are you? Don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train that calls the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when they're done. Evening cars with old man in the club car. There's a penny boy and no one's keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds that bottle. You can feel the wheels are rumbling beneath the floor. Oh, the sons of foreign reporters and the sons of engineers ride their daddy's magic carpet made of steel. With their baby sleep go rocking to the gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all the day. And it's good morning, America, how are ya? Oh, don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train that calls the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when they're done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans. They change your cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home and we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness rolling to the sea. And all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream. The old steel rails still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings this song again, and passengers will please refrain. This train stopped the disappearing railroad blues. And it's good night, America, how are ya? Oh, don't you know me, I'm your native son. I'm the train that calls the city of New Orleans. I'll be going 500 miles when they're done. And it's good night, America, I love you. Oh, don't Thank you. It's a great song. Great song. Okay. Well, I promised you two train songs, and you may be able to guess what the next one is. Of course, it is Morningtown Ride. Hands up. So it's a children's song. Hands up, all the children in the audience. Okay. Well, hands up, all the grown-up children in the audience. A few more of you then. Okay. Thanks for running up. That's great. Yeah, Morningtown Ride. It's a fantastic song. I actually found it on an album by an American group called the Limelighters, even before we left Australia for England. So we had it in our repertoire, and it kind of lay fallow because Tom Springfield was writing such magnificent hits for us. But in 1966, coming around to Christmas time, we were looking for a song to release around Christmas time, and suddenly everyone thought of Morningtown Ride, and it became our Christmas song and a very big hit for us as well. And thousands, if not millions, of children have been brainwashed with this song through the decades. So I hope you know it. If you don't, you can come along. And it starts with Train Whistle Blowing. And this is the key, right? After 4, 2, 3, 4. Train whistles blowing makes a sleepy noise. Underneath their blankets go all the girls and boys. Rock and roll and ride, rock and roll and ride. Out along the bay, out along the bay. All bound for Morningtown, all bound for Morningtown. Many miles away. Driver at the engine, the fireman rings the bell. Sandman swings the lantern to show that all is well. Rock and rollin', riding out along, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Maybe it is raining where our train rides. All the little travelers are warm and snug inside. Rock and rollin', riding out along the bay. All bound for Morningtown, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Somewhere there is sunshine, somewhere there is rain, somewhere there is Morningtown, many miles away. Here we go! Rock and rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Okay, it's your turn. Rock and rollin', riding. A little bit louder, please. Out along the bay. All bound for Morningtown. Many miles. Okay, big last chorus. Here we go. Rock and rollin', riding out along the bay. All bound for Morningtown, many miles away. And applause for you as well. You've been getting together and practicing, haven't you? I can tell. I get in touch with Phil and Fran and say, oh yes, I can see it now. The Kalamitsi Tabernacle Choir. Touring Vamos in a bit. Or maybe, yeah. All right, enough of that. I did mention that I started writing songs, and in 1995, I was with the Seekers. We're in Ireland, and at that stage, the so-called the so-called Troubles were pretty much at their height, and there must have been something that inspired me to write this next song. I have it on. I have it on this CD. Guardian Angel, Guardian Lights on that CD as well. And this one here is called. Oh, hang on, maybe it's not on it. There it is. Peace in My Time. Sorry. I get so confused these days.
No.
Anyway, so there I was in Ireland, and I wrote the song, and it's a fictitious song about a young man who finds himself in Dublin. The weather's horrible, so the young man takes refuge in a pub, and in the pub it's this old chap who, for some reason, calls out his name. For a moment I could not tell where the voice came from that night, a voice that seemed to know my name. My eyes became accustomed to that smoky little bar. I was only there to shelter from the rain. The old gent in the corner was the one who beckoned me, with tired eyes that burned a fiery red. He had my father's friendly face, my mother's open smile, so I pulled a chair and listened as he said, "Let me tell you that I'm weary of this cruel, senseless war, a war that seems to know no names. But freedom comes in packets, and we all must pay the price to those soulless ones who gain from deadly games. When you walked in this evening, you looked so much like my son. I took the chance that you had time to spare, so I called you by his name. You see, the war took him from me, and I need to share with you my precious prayer. Keep me cradled in the bosom of my beloved mountains, where I can drink from streams that flow like liquid crystal fountains, where I can live forever with those that I would die for. Lord, bring me peace in my time." That was many years ago, and I can still recall his voice, the voice that left that prayer with me. I've become a kind of soldier, using words instead of guns, determined that my country should stay free. My children are my blessing, and I read to them most nights. I always have my old friends' tale to tell, and it's just as fresh as yesterday when I am far from home, and I share with him those lines I know so well. To keep me cradled in the bosom of my beloved mountains, where I can drink from streams that flow like liquid crystal fountains, where I can live forever with those that I would die for. Lord, bring me peace in my time. Oh, Lord, bring me peace in my time. Oh, Lord, bring me peace in my time. Oh, Lord, bring me peace in my time. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm not sure how many of you know that Judith Durham died last year in August. but it was quite a wrench for us all because the Seekers definitely were a family, and Apple Guy, Bruce Woodley and I lost our little sister in August last year. And we grieved for a long time, but after that lengthy time, we realised that what we were all doing, because Bruce and Apple and I keep in touch quite regularly, was that we were remembering all the happy times that we had with Judith. It was fantastic. And again, I suppose something inspired me to write this next song. And the title is Where Have the Years Gone? Well, I suppose that's pretty self-explanatory. Where have the years gone, blown on a wind song, memories cascading, fading, in and out of a trance. Save some time for the dance, change can slip by behind us. Find us wondering where have the years gone? Where have the years gone? Daybreak and kindness swallow the sadness. Destiny leading street in and out of the trance. This all happens by chance. Darkness falls and may grieve us, leave us wondering where have the years gone? Where have the years gone? We grow in sunshine, moonbeams drifting downstream, mountains and rivers, takers and givers. We may discover lovers, need a dreamer to dream, help the silent to scream. Every season will shake us, make us wonder where have the years gone? 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 Thank you. Well, here I'm talking about CDs and things. Who actually has a CD player these days? Anyone? I've got a few. Okay. It's it's a bit of a dying piece of equipment. There we go. And also earlier on I mentioned that our repertoire was composed of a lot of colonial ballads, and there's one in particular that I love. It's called Botany Bay. Do you know Botany Bay? Anyone know Botany Bay? Farewell to old England forever. Farewell to... You know that one? Yes? No? Anyway, too bad, because I'm going to sing it anyway. No, I'm not. I'm going to sing a version of it because there must have been something... Oh, before I get into that diatribe, I might just say that after this song, not during it, after this song, there'll be a 20-minute interval, okay? So there must have been something I was reading in the newspaper or heard on the radio or something that made the alleged connection between fast food outlets and overweightness. And something stirred in my silly little brain, and I came up with these verses that fit the tune of Botany Bay. And you'll recognise the tune anyway. Farewell to our waistlines forever. Farewell to our slim bums as well. Farewell to the slacks we'd slip into when we used for to cut such a swell. And it's McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, Burger King, KFC, Red Rooster, Nando's and Subway, and we're bound for obesity. When you're faced with a juicy cheeseburger, and a plate full of freshly fried chips, yum yum, they take but a minute to gobble, but they stay bloody years on your hips. And it's McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, Burger King, KFC, Red Rooster, Nando's and Subway, and we're bound for obesity. So we order the double half-pounder with sauces and mustards, no joke. They ask what we like for a beverage. We say straight away, Diet Coke. And it's McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, Burger King, KFC, Red Rooster, Nando's and Subway, and we're bound for obesity. They're foods full of steroids and additives. In time these can alter your life. I know because I'm now a husband. Several years ago I was a wife. Anyway, you get the drift, don't you? Oh, thank you for that warm round of sympathy. Oh, yes, well, I talk to myself all the time. I say, Keith, you're a bloody idiot, because you're singing all these libelous lyrics about multinational companies. They've got billions of dollars. They'll take you to the cleaners. You'll be bankrupt. So I thought I'd better write another verse that shows the other side of the scales, so to speak. And it goes like this. But being too skinny ain't sensible. Be careful whatever you do. Don't wind up like young Paris Hilton. She could do with a Big Mac or two. So let's all go to McDonald's. Let's head down to KFC. Let's make a beeline for Subway or Whitby's or any of them. And to hell with our obesity. Thank you. See you in 20 minutes. Thank you.
He does. It's good, isn't he? Very
I dreamt of a valley that I'd never seen. A magical place in a faraway land, with a gingerbread house and a gingerbread man. He seemed to know me, to my surprise. The gingerbread man was incredibly wise. We walked through the valley and sat by a stream. He told me that nothing's as bad as it seems. Nothing is perfect, nothing will last. Live in the moment, but treasure the past. He told me that life gets harder to live whenever we blame and never forgive. So now as I lie here awake in my bed, I can recall every word that he said. Whatever you do, do the best that you can. That's what he told me, the gingerbread man. And he said sometimes life won't go to plan, shit happens. someday it could be you. Don't turn away. So whatever you do, do the best that you can. That's what he told me, the gingerbread man. It was only a dream in a faraway land, but we can all learn from the gingerbread man. So whatever you do, do the best that you can. Yes, we can all learn from the gingerbread man. Thank you very much. Well, as Phil mentioned in the earlier introduction, I actually formed the New Seekers as well with my business partner at that time, David Joseph, and we were very lucky that we had some fantastic hits with that group as well. And none was bigger than I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing. And that started off, as you may remember, as a Coca-Cola jingle, and it then proved so popular as a jingle that we wrote some other words to it that took the Coca-Cola references out, and it became this huge hit, I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing. And it was written by two wonderful English songwriters, Roger Greenaway and Roger Cook. And Roger Cook originally wrote it on the ukulele because he believed that if you could write a song on the ukulele, it had more chance of being a hit than if it wasn't, because it'd be so catchy to have it as a uke. But anyway, I'm going to do it on the guitar, and you'll know that. I'm sure you'll know the words. I like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow-white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand, and hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today, over and over, the song I hear. Let the world sing today, over and over, the song I hear. I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees and snow-white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to hold it in my arms and keep it company. Well, I'd like to see the world for once all standing hand in hand, and to hear them echo through the hills for peace throughout the land. That's the song I hear. Let the world sing today, over and over, the song I hear. Let the world sing today, over and over, the song I hear. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a great song. Right. And yeah, it's sold many millions. And sold a lot of Coke as well. I mean, Coca-Cola millions. Let me clarify that. Right. Who likes country music?
Yay!
That's a shame, I can't stand it. It's a terrible old line, but I love using it. You knew that was coming, didn't you? No, I love country music. I grew up in a household that was filled with country music. My parents had lots of 78s. They were records. And they had people like Hank Williams, Hank Snow, Hank Gillard, Hank McGillicuddy. They were all called Hank in those days, even the women. And I loved all that stuff. But I decided that... actually, the other day I was sitting around with a country music songbook, and I came across this great song. And you'll know it. I think you'll know it. The only problem is I can't remember what it is. That's gone completely. I was just kidding, because I know. Well, I never more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way? Well, I never felt more like crying all night, 'cause everything's wrong and nothing ain't right without you. You got me singing the blues. The moon and stars no longer shine. The dream is gone, I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you. Oh, well, I never go more like running away. But why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. Oh, the moon and stars are always shine. The dream is gone, I thought was mine. There's nothing left for me to do but cry over you. Well, I never go more like running away. But why should I go? 'Cause I couldn't stay without you. You got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues. You got me singing the blues. Oh, yeah. It's fantastic, isn't it? Isn't it funny? You can be, with country music, you can be singing the saddest lyric with a great big smile on your face. Anyway, I thought, well, if I'm going to get serious about this country music caper, that I'd better get some songs together. So I first of all, I got some. I sat down on my computer. I started Googling. I love Googling nowadays. I used to like giggling and gargling and gurgling, but I much prefer Googling these days. And so there I was. I got myself some country clothes. I had a country shirt and some country boots. And I was sitting down at my computer in my country shirt and country boots. That was all I was wearing. I know it's a confronting image, but and I'm trying to find out some country music song titles, and I came across some great ones. These are actual country music song titles. This first one is a perfect one for all those family gatherings and anniversaries, and this song is called "You're the Reason Our Kids Are So Ugly." And there's another lovely one where the guy's singing, "I kissed her on the lips and left her behind for you." And another one, this song is called "Ruthless." And the first line of the song is, "I'm as ruthless as can be, ruthless since Ruth walked out on me." It was a hit for the Statler brothers, and they followed it up with another song where the lead singer is singing about falling in love with this girl in the family, and her name is Kate. But then he fell in love with her sister, whose name is Edith, and that way he could have his Kate and Edith too. That's it. They love all those puns. It's fantastic. They love those puns. And there's a YouTube video, I think it's still going, that's titled, "If My Nose Was Running Money, Honey, I'd Blow It All on You." It's not a very good song. All right. Okay, there aren't too many more of those.
Thank God for that.
So I decided, as I said earlier on, I talked to myself. I said, Keith, this is ridiculous. There's no point in you doing other people's songs. You should write your own song. And that's when I realised that I don't have that sound that country singers have. That twang in their voices, the nasal twang. So I've written a song called "I Want to Sing with a Nasal Twang." I want to sing with the nasal twang. I won't say darn, I'll just say dang. Make my career go with a bang. When I learn to sing with the nasal twang. There's palmy dudes, some girls, some men. They train their throats just so's they can. Sound like Chania or Merle or Buck. But when I try, my epiglottis gets stuck. So I'll learn to sing with the nasal twang and join those guys and girls in the Outback gang. They don't wear thongs because they all wear fangs. So I'll learn to sing with the nasal twang. And all those songs that the Seekers knew, like Georgie Girl and Another Year, I'll sing them all like they're meant to be, straight out of Nashville, Tennessee. It takes some surgery. I want you to know that ain't fine with me. Hey, doctor, quick lay me flat. I cut out the parts that make me seem like that. So I'll learn to sing, and you can too, the nasal twang, with the nasal twang. And I won't say dang, I won't say darn, I'll just say dang. I'll just say dang, and I won't wear thongs. I won't wear thongs, I just wear things. I'll just wear things. It'll make my career. It'll make my career go with a bang, go with a bang. When I learn to sing, when I learn to sing. Oh, fantastic. And you know what? That was a completely yee-haw-free zone. So shall we have a go at one after three, right? After three. 1, 2, 3.
Yee-haw!
That wasn't very good.
Oh, come on.
After 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yee-haw!
Hallelujah! So much better. Straight into the Country Music Hall of Fame for all of you. Wonderful. Oh, it was so funny. I was singing that song when I did a tour in the UK, and this English chap came rushing up to me after the show and said, "Oh, Keith, Keith, hold on a second, will you? Oh, that nasal twang song of yours, that nasal twang song, it is fantastic." I said, "Oh, thank you very much." He said, "Do you know why it's fantastic?" I said, "Well, I've got absolutely no idea. He said, it's the only song I know that has the word epiglottis in it.
Good.
That's high praise for you, isn't it, really? Well, also in that song, actually, I mentioned Nashville, Tennessee in a sort of a throwaway fashion. But I've been very, very lucky to have spent several periods of time over there working with Nashville songwriters. And on one occasion I was there with a wonderful man by the name of Alan Rhodey. And we wrote a couple of songs. And when I got back to Australia, I was sitting with my mum and running through the stuff that I'd written while I was away. And I was singing this particular song to her. It was a love song that Alan and I wrote, but when I was singing this to my mum, it just seemed to register with her and her generation as a kind of a different sort of love song. And so when I perform it, I always dedicate it to my mother. So this is Your Heart Will Always Be My Home. There's a brave heart and a gentle soul, giving me all the strength I need, with an everlasting smile, with me cross the miles. I know your heart will always be my home. There's a blue sky over fields of gold, calling me back where I belong, with an everlasting love. It's you I'm thinking of. I know your heart will always be my home. Touching down on sacred ground, I'm where the sky meets the ocean, but on the wing poles in my heartstrings, taking away all my traveling notion. So my brave heart, sweet gentle soul, you give me all the strength I need, with an everlasting love. It's you I'm thinking of. I know your heart will always be my home. Touching down on sacred ground, I'm where the sky meets the ocean, but on the wing poles in my heartstrings, taking away all my traveling notion. So my brave heart, sweet gentle soul, you give me all the strength I need, with an everlasting love. It's you I'm thinking of. I know your heart will always be my home. I know your heart will always be my home. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I try and do, in my repertoire, I try and mix up a few original songs, and thank you very much for listening to that one. This next song you will know, so going from a song you didn't know at all to a song that you will know, and try and mix it up with songs that I really love. If I'm going to do a cover, I really want to love the song, and this next one was written by Carole King. And it was on her Tapestry album, probably one of the most famous songs to come off that particular album. And it will mean a lot to a lot of people. down and troubled, and you need some love and care, and nothing, oh, nothing's golden bright. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of cloud, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud, and soon you'll hear me knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. Now ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call, all together, out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend, you got a friend, you got a friend. Thank you very much. Well, certainly lovely to hear you singing along with that. That's fantastic. And to keep the singing along going, let's have a go at this one. Just not playing with myself, I'm just getting a pick out of myself. Okay, here we go. Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money, maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. I don't know what's coming. song, side by side. Ah, yeah, that's great. So you all know those words. That's fantastic. And not so long ago, a friend of mine taught me some other words to this, and I'd like to share them with you tonight. We got married on Friday. It was me new wife's and my day. So when the guests had gone home, we were alone, side by side. My wife and I got ready for bed then, and I very nearly dropped dead when her teeth and her hair she placed on a chair, side by side. I watched in stunned amazement as her glass eyes so small, one arm, one leg, and both bosoms she placed on the chair in the hall. Oh, I was broken hearted, 'cause most of me wife had departed. So I slept on the chair, there was more of her there. All together now, side by side. Oh, they don't write songs like that anymore. Actually, yeah, Bruce Woodley knows one that goes to the tune of Begin to Begin, and it's my job is to clean the army latrine. I'm the man with the plan for the pan that everyone uses, and it gets more rank after that. And I think that's where the word rank comes into the army, actually. Yeah, so there we go. All right. To get back to the Seekers, well, it's very, very difficult for me to stray too far away from the Seekers. And I've got another little anecdote to share with you, because after we had that wonderful hit with I'll Never Find Another You, the booking agency was able to book us into some better clubs. And we knew these were better clubs because these ones had curtains. It was as simple as that. And there we were at the Greensboro Working Men's Club, standing on the stage. The curtains were drawn, but everything else was real. And takes a while to percolate that, but that's the last one, folks, I promise you. Anyway, there we were. We could hear this clunk, clunk, clunk in front of the curtains, and this voice bellowed out. It has come to my attention that several of our members have been going outside and relieving themselves against the west wall of the club. This must stop. Ladies and gentlemen, the Seekers. Wasn't it amazing? They say there's nothing like a good introduction, but that was nothing like a good introduction. Anyway, the curtains opened, and we came out and we sang this song that Tom Springfield had written to follow up I'll never find another you, and you'll know it as well. Close the door, light the light, we're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away, just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. All our sorrows will leave far behind us there, and I know you will find there'll be peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. Yeah, it's lovely hearing you sing. Okay, it's come to that time of the evening when I need to say a few thank yous, and especially to Phil and Francesca.
Yes.
Not only that, but loaning me this beautiful guitar to be able to accompany myself. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And also to all you wonderful people here at where are we? Perez. Thank you very much. It's got a soul. And well, no show would be a show without an audience, and I really thank you very much indeed for coming along tonight and sharing your Saturday night. It's a very special date, the 8th of July, as I mentioned earlier on, because that was when the group disbanded in 1968. But luckily for us, and luckily for a lot of other people, we did get back together again, and we produced some really wonderful recordings. And I've got to say, none better than this song, "Carry Me," was there's a story to this, because it was the last song that we recorded with Judith, and it was April of last year, and Judith had recorded a demo of it, and Bruce and Alan and I were not on the original demo, but then we decided to put our vocals on it and put some extra guitars and things like that on it, and it became the last song. And Judith died only a couple of months after we recorded it, so it's a special place in our hearts. So that's it. But this is we put together this triple CD because it was 60 years being together. So there's 60 songs for 60 years on this triple CD. And okay, so again, my thanks to you for coming out and spending tonight. This is my little farewell song for you. Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we laughed away the hours and dreamed of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose. Oh, we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Then the busy years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions on the way. If by chance I'd see you in the tavern, we'd smile at one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose. Oh, we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Just tonight I stood before the tavern, the Koúvaros tavern. Nothing seemed the way it used to be. In the glass I saw a strange reflection. Was that lonely person really me? Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days. Through the door there came familiar laughter. I saw your face and heard you call my name. Oh, my friend, we're older but no wiser, for in our hearts the dream is still the same. And you can clap along if you like, because I won't change the tempo till we get to the end of the song. Those were the days, my friend, we'll never end. We'll sing and dance forever and a day. We live the life we choose, we fight and never lose, for we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. We live the life we choose, we fight and never lose. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the, are you ready? Thank you, Kalamitsi. Thank you,
Encore! 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 Encore!
I don't know anymore. Okay, maybe one more.
For 60 years. Yeah, he knows a lot. I think so too.
Thank you very much indeed. It's a great honour to be playing for you tonight. It's my only gig on my whole trip, so I've been looking forward to it for such a long time. Emails backwards and forwards between Phil and Francesca and Elizabeth and me. Yes, and this is a song that I love singing because it was written by one of my role models, I suppose. He turned out to be a bit of a dickhead in the end, but But nevertheless, he wrote some fantastic songs. John Denver, I'm talking about. Take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, my country road. Well, window call, my country road. Take me home to the place where I belong.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be happy to sign in this evening.